Okay, this will be a meeting of the Hennessey Town Board of Trustees, June 10th, 2021. Roll call, please.
Keith, Cliff,
Here.
Bert,
Here.
Harold,
Here.
Richard.
Here.
All right, report from the Hennessey United Board. Barbara?
No, Bert, I wasn't there, you were there.
I was there. Hennessey United met and really didn't, discussed a few things, but there's not really anything.
Wes wasn't there
Wes wasn't.
either, so there wasn't a lot on the wine and chocolate.
So I guess that's the Hennessey United report. Item 3 is consider approval of consent agenda. Item A, minutes of the May meetings. Item B, approval of claims as follows. May purchase orders $22,097.87. Purchase orders $14,923.72. June restricted sales tax fund $36,548.42. June library fund $457.13. June street and alley fund $47.96. Item C is transfer $68,099.99 from CDBG checking to pool cash checking. Item D is transfer $8,182.36 from cemetery CD to pool checking. And accept the following reports: treasurer's, library, and police. Want to have any additions or corrections to the consent agenda?
If not, I'll make a motion to approval of the consent agenda.
Second, roll call.
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard.
Here. Yes.
Okay, item 4, citizens' comments.
It's one of those days.
Anybody got any comments? Item 5, town administrator's report.
I didn't actually write one this time. It's been quite a week. But I do have some exciting news. I don't know if anybody's noticed our new sign in front of Town Hall. But Terrell put that up last week. He is working on getting our entrance signs put up. The bases should go in. We was hoping the end of this week, but beginning of next week they should start being installed, the bases, and then we have to get an electrician out to set the meter base, and then we'll have OG&E come out and put the power, and then the actual sign will go up. So we are starting to move on those. Another thing is we did get a complaint submitted to the EPA on our water for having excessive nitrates, record-keeping issues, collapsed sewer lines, sewer capacity violations. So DEQ came out and did an inspection. They have to, once they get a complaint from the EPA, or once a complaint is made to the EPA, they have to come out and do an inspection. So Laura with DEQ came out and we went around to the wells, we went around to the water plant. She looked at our record keeping, looked at our nitrates, she tested the water, we went to the lagoons, did all of that, and then she wrote us a letter that said that there was no findings. So just so everybody knows that we are in compliance. So that's a good thing. So. But you want one? So that was a good thing for our water and sewer department. That they were excited about that they met all of the rules and regulations with DEQ.
How did the complaint arise? How did?
It was an anonymous complaint to the EPA.
That's good enough.
So, that's,
Have we got our valve from sewer yet?
Not yet, no.
Have we got what, I didn't understand what he said.
He asked if we got the valve.
Oh, okay.
The engineer has to work on that. We have to get those plans approved by the DEQ before we can install it. So, when you're working with stuff like this, there's a lot of red tape you have to go through before you can do things like that. So, but, I really don't have anything. There's other stuff on the agenda that we will get to, such as budget, utility rates, so I don't really want to go into those. Other than that, that's it. If you have any questions.
I have no questions. I was gonna make a statement about the DEQ findings, and I was gonna wait till HUA, but I'll do it now since it's fresh on everybody's mind. As Tiffany said, we were turned in by some anonymous citizen to the federal EPA, the way I understand it, which filtered down to the Oklahoma State Department of Environmental Quality. Our nitrates are fine. Our nitrates have always been fine. We do not have any collapsed sewer lines. We've been getting some I&I water from the big heavy rains into our sewer system, and we're working on that, but that's not a violation. But the thing that concerns me more than anything, I feel like we have a very open board. And anytime anyone has any questions or a complaint, I welcome them to come to this board. Call one of us. If it's something that needs to be put on the agenda, we will put it on the agenda. But, you know, they chose to go this other route, which is fine. That's what these agencies are there for, is to oversee what communities and individuals are doing. But our records are open, and I feel like everyone on the board and our town administrator and our workers out in the field are very, very diligent to make sure that our water is kept safe and that we stay within the limits of what the nitrates and all of the other things that we test daily.
Yes. We test the raw water and the filtered water.
And the filtered water. And even, it's my understanding, Tiffany, correct me if I'm wrong, even the raw water coming into the plant has been under the allowable nitrate level. So we're taking water that's already safe to drink and doing nothing but making it better and then sending it to town. So once again, I just want to welcome anybody who has any complaints or any questions about our system. Come to one of these meetings or
And I know there's
Tiffany.
been some comments about the chemicals that we do treat the water with. The only thing that we're treating the water with is the chlorine to disinfect, and the caustic, which is to adjust the pH in it. So those are the only two things that we're putting in the water.
Correct. Some towns treat water with fluoride,
Yes.
but we don't and never have. So. Okay, well, I'm very pleased that the DEQ came, and I am proud of our record. So.
It's great. I also want to say I'm proud of it too. Thank you for all the work that you do on that, so thank you. That's how we get that.
Very much.
Visiting the water plant a couple of weeks ago, Tiffany asked us to do, I was impressed with all the bookkeeping and testing they do. And Jack, I'm going to suggest you go out when you do your All About Hennessey stories. That water plant is a story all by itself. And if people saw how sophisticated it was and all the controls that are there and all the bookkeeping that's there, I mean, they're testing and writing and recording. I think people would be very impressed what the Hennessey employees and Tiffany are doing just so we can turn on the tap, we have a glass of water to drink.
Exactly.
It's pretty great.
Okay, item 6 is other scheduled business. Item A is discussion with possible action to approve payment to Young Contracting, pay application number 6, using local funds for CDBG grant number 17767-19. I believe that request is in your packet.
I'll make a motion to approve the payment to Young Contracting application number 6, using the funds for the CDBG grant number 1776719 for $12,957.03.
I will second that. Roll call, please.
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Okay, item B is presentation on comprehensive planning by SUSMITA from NODA, demographic analysis and present land use. Hi, SUSMITA.
Okay, before I start, let me give you guys this one, how you guys are changing
Tell them each other.
Thank you.
the name of the zoning a little bit.
Bert,
Yes.
we did a session where we ceased this session, went to the utility session, took care of the issue there, and then went back to the town council. And I just wondered, these folks are going to sit here for a long time before we get to this, which consider doing something like that.
Well, but we need to get through SUSMITA first.
Okay. We have to do it all with that.
Well, she wants to get done.
Okay, okay.
It'll take a second to get here.
Okay, I just want you guys to look at the first, second, and third, that way I said it, the way you had it before, the zoning names, you changed it little bit. You can look at the second one, if you look at what you proposed, and the third one, that is, you guys are accepting. That's what you guys have it on your site for zoning.
Now, what did you say, SUSMITA?
Okay, first, look at the first one, first
That's
column.
what we currently have.
Right, but on your site, you know, your website, the new zoning that you guys added,
Oh, that's what we're getting ready. We haven't approved yet.
right, so that's what I just, yeah, that's what you have on your,
Yes, but we haven't approved it.
right. So this one is your existing. This one you guys proposed, and then this is the one you guys are probably going to accept. Probably, I mean, so that's the three I have. Like first one, you have it right now. The second one, you guys proposed it. And the third one is this one, that maybe it'll be the name.
Okay.
Okay, let me just start look at the drawing. That's what you have right now. Okay, what's going on?
Hit the red button.
It went to sleep.
Just punch it. There you go. Now just touch the screen. Oh my goodness, we're gonna go again.
Shut down on you, didn't it?
Hit it later.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so that's what you have right now, which is a static drawing. I mean, it's not registered to any part of the world because it's just a paper drawing. The one that we are going to make, we are making digitally. Okay, so this is the yellow line is your boundary, city boundary. And I'm going to add one by one the layers, okay. So first I'm adding all the agricultural that you have in this map. Then I'm adding the industrial, I2. Then I'm adding the highway, that is highway commercial, but you guys are now going to name it as HC, I think, the new one.
Is that Scotty's land?
Then I'm adding the medium density residential R2. And then I'm adding the mobile home part that you have. This is R3, multiple family. You are calling right now, you are calling it high density. Before you used to call it multiple family, now you're calling it, okay. And then this used to be neighborhood commercial. Now you're calling it light commercial, I believe. Then I'm adding all the single family, R1. You are calling it low density residential. Okay. And that is in the R1, which used to be urban estate residential, you are calling it RE. And this one you don't have in your district, which I added public, institutional, all the things that you guys, municipal, that is all blue. It's up to you guys whether you want to do that or not. Like all the blue that I showed, these are all you guys own, like municipal, everything that of a building and plant, sewer plant and
And
school.
also the school.
Yes, okay.
I'm going to add that in there because you guys wrote it.
So that's parks too? Okay.
Yes, yes, and as you reminded, I would add the parks.
Okay, so, hold on, your RE that you put in there,
Yeah,
that's supposed to be industrial. Along the highway?
yes. Okay, are you talking about this one?
No, the orange.
That one.
Yes.
Yes, but that is your, I'll tell you what is, look at your, okay. State residential. Okay, and that one is, okay, this one. So that one, you used to call it residential, restricted residential, that was on your old map.
It's listed on our own map as industrial.
But look at this one.
I know, it was an I.
That was I1, okay?
It was I. Now, up there in that light tan,
Right.
that was R1, but the orange was
Yeah.
I.
Okay, here's the map, okay, here's,
Yeah, right here,
Mhm.
it's I1.
Yes, but
Right
that is, yes, I1, but look at
This
the
one
new
was
name.
IA.
Yes, look at the new name, I1. I1, look at the new name.
It's I1,
Like
like industrial.
yeah.
But you
So-
have it as R, I think. Orange, you have it as an R,
RE.
RE. See right here? You have this as an RE.
Okay, let me, maybe it did work. Let me put this aside. Bookmarks one. It should be. Okay, so R1.
You're welcome to sit. Pull that out.
I'm not good, guys. I was just trying to get out of the way.
We may call on you to vote.
Okay, so, okay, so that one you are talking about?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so that should be I, light industrial?
Yes,
Okay, so is it still light industrial?
yes.
Okay, okay, so, and this is R1, this is C3, that is highway commercial, you are calling it highway commercial, before you used to call it C3, right?
Yes.
Okay, now, this is, R3 is same R3,
Yes.
RM is same RM. Okay, C2, that, I have one question for you. You guys are creating 2 new districts.
Well, we're gonna propose it. They haven't actually seen it, or they haven't actually seen it really and voted on it because we couldn't get a planning commission tonight, so.
Okay, so do you think this is C2, the central business district that, you know,
Yes.
downtown?
That's where we're gonna try to bring in that downtown mixed use district and that, yeah.
2, and there is another one.
Mhm.
Okay, so where is the other one?
The transition.
Right, transitional, where is that?
Mixed use district?
Right?
Well, I can't tell you yet, because I gotta read the definition of it.
Yeah, and I mean, I was wondering, where are you going to put that? Like, you know, where you have something in mind, right? That somewhere you are thinking about that.
It's gonna be mainly for like, you know, cause like downtown, we have like Richard's, apartments in the downtown area where it's not really a business.
Right.
It's a residential, but it's in the business district. So it's gonna be like a downtown mixed use.
Okay,
You see what I'm saying?
maybe apartment upstairs and downtown.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay, so but our downtown is so not very big, you know, C2. So you are dividing that C2 into some of that and rest C2, is that it? Like the downtown is from 2nd Street to, you know, the downtown area, what do you?
I think it's gonna be mostly downtown mixed use district. I mean, it's going to be where it can be kind of like a mixed use.
Okay, so there is nothing going to be like C2 purely?
No.
Okay, so C2 is gone.
Yes.
So which part is DN down, okay, and which part is transitional?
Well, I'm not quite sure yet.
Okay,
But we're trying to help out like Richard's case. You see what I'm saying?
yes, that's what I understand, but I mean, we have to have something like downtown, just maybe those flower shop and across the street, the businesses that you have, that is, you are going to call DN, and the rest as transitional.
Hold on, let me look at my.
We're gonna make it from 8151 intersection to Dover. Because, you know, along the highway.
So is downtown not
To let
3
anybody put
blocks?
in residential or commercial or both.
Is downtown not considered those 3 blocks? Or 4, maybe? Maybe when you consider the
I
lumber
consider
company
it-
and, you know,
Yeah. And then,
and then
you
you
know,
got
going
on
further
Cameron
north, we've got the hotel
and the doctor's office.
and, yes,
Yes.
car wash,
Mm-hmm. Bank.
the bank, yeah, Sonic. There's several things north
Yeah.
of.
Pharmacy.
Really, it would be
Pharmacy,
from.
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so you mentioned from where to where, the things that you
Well, it would really be from Highway 51
to,
south along Main Street,
I'd say all the way to
What is-
city limits.
Way to 7th Street. Oh,
Yeah, we get into some industrial south of 7th Street, you know, where some of the oil companies are located,
and agricultural.
and ag both, yes.
So these are the line,
I see, because right there in 7th, we got agriculture, and then
I think, Bert, you know, open up sometimes, you know, going south, you have the industrial, but you've got the little shopping, that was supposed to be a little shopping center, you got Roosters.
Right. Well, Roosters is out of city limits.
So I said, I was thinking,
That's not, yeah. that's
We
not
stop
inside the
at,
town limits.
we stop where Get More and those stores along there. That little corner's in city limits, but then there's nothing further south that is.
okay, and I have another question that the city limit, right here, it stops right there, right?
Yes.
And the extra little thing. But it doesn't continue like that, right? You don't have any easement along the highway, right?
We have easement along.
You do?
Yes. Because we've got a water main. Correct,
Okay.
Tiffany? We've got easement down 81 from
Which
city
side?
limits to on the east,
East side. And,
our water main.
We have one on the west side too.
Do we? An easement? Okay. East and west,
both? And how wide is that? Like,
15 foot? I think.
probably.
so 15, 15, 30, 15, 15?
I think so.
And that continues all the way up to there? This,
Continues clear to our water wells, which
It's way out of city limits.
right, right.
way.
So it goes all the way?
4 miles
We
south.
mow them too.
Goes all the way to the bend, almost.
But I was wondering, this not right, the way they are showing it? So the city limit is like that?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've got, I don't know if the corner,
Yeah, the corner's on there.
we're getting more in, okay.
Okay, so the highway in between, right? Highway in between, and along the side, you have your easement, right?
What do you mean? Yes.
So, from the center line of the highway, okay? I just want to know what is the edge of your easement. Maybe somewhere it is there, that you know, that distance, what is it?
We probably have to go and have, we'll probably have to look it up.
Okay.
So does that show that little strip down there? So that includes Oakwood, no, is it Oakwood? Okay.
Okay, now on this side, east side, you know how your city limit goes over that Sullivan, right? Did you guys annex anything?
Remember I told you that we're working on annexing the cemetery and the rest of the lagoons?
Yeah, so it's not done yet, right?
No. Because we're still trying to finish up the cemetery stuff before we can get into the annexing.
Okay, so anybody has any idea for future? Now I'm talking about future, like for comprehensive plan down the line for next 20 years. You guys do want to show north side? If I go north, all the way along, can I show businesses like C3, highway commercial, both sides?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yes.
we did.
Like for,
Well,
you know,
For future, not now, for future. Along both sides of the highway?
Yes.
And that is going to be C3, highway commercial.
Yes.
Okay, but you have any other idea, because you have a lot of green agricultural land already that city owns, but any other areas that you want to go ahead and show some residential land? No, probably not. Like more residential in future.
We're talking 20 years in the future.
Right,
Yeah, you think that the town would expand to the north.
right.
You know, so there would be housing additions. You know, Scotty's got land over there, so.
Yeah, I could see commercial along the highway with the possibility of residential back east of 81 and north of 51.
You gotta be careful because you get into
Floodplain.
floodplains when you get over towards the grocery store. But other than that, yes.
Now, if we're talking 20 years from now,
Yeah, because it's a comprehensive plan,
I would
yes.
like to see us have an industrial park or an area so we don't have industrial scattered. And make an industrial area so that, because now we've got industrial businesses south on 81, we've got some out on Cemetery Road,
All
and
scattered.
it's scattered, exactly.
So where do you want to centralize, where do you have enough water and sewer already existing? Where do you think in that area? That you don't have to, worry about extending lines and a lot of
I would
expense?
think along Cemetery Road. What are your thoughts? We should have sewer there. And
What do you
We've
mean
got-
along Cemetery Road? Like which way?
north and south from 51 to 7th and beyond 7th. That's
You'd have to put in
agriculture.
lines.
Hmm.
You'd have to put in lines.
Okay, so are you talking about north of?
No.
No.
South,
Oh, okay.
Cemetery and 7th, south boundary.
Oh, okay.
I'm confused, what are we doing tonight?
She's just doing, she's trying to create a new map of future planning,
We're
a
not-
future map, future.
We're not, yeah.
We're not
Sorry.
making decisions.
No,
No.
no. She's trying to come up with like a future, comprehensive, like,
Okay, I'm with you.
map.
So she's asking for our input.
Yes.
I mean, 20
So
years
we
down
kinda
the
have a
line, you want to
as-is
grow,
map,
right?
And
So
then
that's what it is.
proposed.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you say south, they said maybe?
No, 1 more mile north of there, or between that road and north 1 mile.
Oh, okay.
So it
right-
would be in city limits, but it
Oh,
would be
you
in
already
that.
have the land?
Yes. But it'd be that agriculture.
Okay, so right now, okay, so what is that?
What is-
What is that? What is that?
Just a field?
Oh.
Yeah, that's, where are we at? Oh, that's Conco Road.
Conoco and
Conoco.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
just that's agriculture.
Okay, so you can have your industrial there, maybe?
Well, we don't have utilities that far south,
Okay.
But it would be good to be able, I mean, we could go.
but we could, yeah.
And how many acres you want to show as a industrial? I mean, what's the size should be, that industrial park?
Well, see where that yellow industrial is already?
Right,
We've got a gentleman who wants to build an industrial park there right now anyway. But we gotta get water to him.
he wants to make an industrial park? Like he has all the acres of land and,
Yeah, we're still working on
I didn't
that.
realize he was wanting to make that industrial. I guess I should have known that,
I mean, he's wanting to do more out there. He's wanting to kind of
I
take
thought it was commercial.
but, yeah, that's what I was,
Well, I mean, commercial, light industrial, I should say.
light industrial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but, right,
Not
this is
heavy
I2.
industrial.
Right.
This is I2 the way you guys showed it.
Mhm. Yes, but he's wanting to do more like light industrial.
Okay, and he wants to do it west of the existing one?
No, right where it's at.
Oh, okay.
Which you can do light industrial in an I2, because you're going less.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned about single family, more single family in future, I'm talking about.
Mhm.
Are you thinking about the multiple family, like R2 or R3 anywhere? Because if you want to, get more people for rental, like new people want to come and stay, do you guys have enough rental in the town? No.
We don't even have enough R1.
Right.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Exactly.
So, where when you are talking about residential, among that residential, some should be multifamily and some single family?
Yes.
Okay, and another question. When you are talking about single family, are you talking about just single family or you are talking about big acres of land, or just average single family?
That's kind
Yes.
of what I'm envisioning, is single-family additions, kind of like Pep's addition, the Chubb addition, and
We've
then,
talked in some of our meetings, United meetings, that we need a place for people who are retired that, and people who lived on a farm that maybe want to come to town and want, in a more of an apartment type thing. So, anyhow. So
Okay.
What would that be? What would that be?
that would be our,
That would be like all.
R3, yeah, R3 and R2. And you don't have any plan to increase the mobile home district, do you? I mean, you have scattered here and there.
I don't think so, because we've got a mobile home district.
Already.
That's got more room to expand, right?
Yes, but I've heard a lot of people say that they would like a place where they can put a mobile home without having to put it in a mobile home park, like a double wide or something like that.
That makes sense.
That's the only really thing bad about it, you look at the working class, a lot of them can't afford $200,000 homes, So they can go get a double wide or a single wide trailer and for 30 or 40,000 and set it up, Some people just can't afford to go out and buy houses, $1,600, $1,800 a month houses. And so you gotta kind of think about, and I might be wording it wrong, but you gotta think about the working guys, the younger families that are starting out, starting off the bottom of a job, the wife working at a daycare or something like that, they're making about $60,000 a year.
So and I don't know how we could do that, but I have heard those.
Just like some of the trailer houses we got in town, if you get rid of them, they pull them out, and if they put newer trailer houses in there, you're updating them for one, instead of having, 70-year-old trailer houses in a lot that might burn down. They put a new trailer house in, at least it'd be, electric would be updated, the plumbing would be updated, a lot better than what they are.
Right.
And it might not look near as bad as it does over there.
Okay, I just want to show you what you have right now. All your houses, existing houses, they are the 406 of them was made 1979. That is the most building that is existing. That are the most of the houses are 1979. Okay, and some of them are like this one, 156. That was done like 1939. Those are the houses that were, before 1939. That is 156. And 1979, before 1970, that is 406. And newer houses, they are really very, like 88. That was built between 2000 and 2000 right now. New houses. So pretty soon you need a lot of, rehabilitating the existing building because they are old. Okay, so if you want to know, you have occupied housing, you have 983, and owned free and clear, that is the biggest one. Then you have rental 352, which is 36%, and owned with a mortgage is 23%.
I'm sorry, what was the last one?
Last one.
With mortgage
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
or loan.
And 36% are rental?
yeah.
That
Crazy.
surprises me a lot.
And that is, I'm talking about, average from 2015 to 2019 American Community Survey average is that. Okay, now if you want to see how many houses you have, like what's the price range you have. See this one? Okay, let me make it a little bigger. Okay, so 24%, they are between 50,000 to 99,000 price range I'm talking about. Less than 50,000 is 14%. And 100,000 to 150 is 26%. Okay, there are $1 million 1%, 500,000 $2 million 7.1%. And 300,000 to 400,000 is 1%. Okay, if you want to know, in 2000 you had 862 in labor force. Now you have 1,526, which is almost double, not quite. Employed that time was 821, now you have 1,487.
Still not quite a few labor force.
Okay, if you want to know what is the top one is United States, then Oklahoma, then Kingfisher County, then Hennessey. Okay, Hennessey, okay, median family income you have.
What's the two Hennesseys?
That's what I'm looking at right now. Okay, one is 2000, the bottom one, and the top one is 2015 to 2019 average. Okay, so you had
I'm not voting.
if you compare it with USA, their median family is 77,263, and Hennessey today is 62,863. Per capita, USA 34,000, Hennessey 26,737. And median household 62, almost 63,000, and Hennessey 48,000. So that's the difference. And here, how many, with regular earnings, there are 68% of them with regular earnings, 17% with Social Security, retirement income, and that is 10%, supplemental security, that is 4%, and with cash assistance is only 1%. And with food stamp or something, only 5%, that is almost 0%. Majority of the people are earning. But this one is not good, poverty. If you compare, in every one, Hennessey is top, except 65 years old, that is not bad. But in other categories, they are high. Okay, I wanted to show you okay, when it comes to high school graduate or equivalent, Hennessey is good, but in other ones, it's not that good. Okay, and I wanted to show you how you commute, like what is your, how many people commute how. So 82%, more than 82%, of course, they drive their own car. Taxi cab, of course, you don't have any, but with any other mean, 2.4. Walked, 1.6% people, they walk. Work from home, 1%. Carpooled, 12.6%, that is good. I mean, who carpools here? Do you know?
Yeah.
Brian and I.
Yeah, but I mean, I have no idea who carpools here. That is a good number. I mean, like a small city, town like this, that many people carpool. They carpool to go where? I mean, I was thinking, do they go to Oklahoma City?
For college or work, yeah.
Maybe. And your travel time, that, it's only 17.3 on average, like your travel time inside the city. Okay, so you guys, the biggest one, 28.1%, that is construction, maintenance, and natural resources. That's the biggest one.
Well, yeah, oil and gas.
Second one, sales and office occupation. Third one is, it's almost same, management and business science. Okay, and fourth one is 15.1, service occupation. And the last one is transportation and material moving. You had 821, now you have 1,487 civilian employed in Hennessey.
That still means that there's over 600 people that don't work. Guess we have a lot of
We got a lot of
retired
workers.
people, huh?
I guess we need to make a retirement home here then.
Guess so. We'll just make it at Cliff's house. He's got the pool.
I got the pool. You got a pool?
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering.
Picture of that one. Thank you.
Don't know.
That means you liked it.
Yes.
I do not like them. I like them pickup.
So are you going to put together a book that will give all this information to the board? Okay, thank you.
It takes a long time to
Oh,
do
I-
this.
yeah.
Okay, so here I'm just showing you the it looks like in Hennessey, boys are in big number, between 10 to 19 years. You can see the boys are larger in number, and in this one, 50 to 59 years, then the girls are.
Yeah, big time.
That's not very good to be 63, huh?
But this is the truth.
Sorry.
Your feet are not in, you do know that.
Okay, so in 2000 is red and blue is now. 2000 you had, one thing is good, that is your biggest number in age group is 10 to 19. That is a good age group. 10 to 19 is the biggest one. Before you had 328, now you have 460. And 80 years and over, you had before 170, now it's 79. In 2000, you had only 168, 50 to 59. Now you have 392. That's a huge.
Yes.
Didn't realize our population was up like that.
No, I didn't,
I mean, did
not
you?
those numbers.
No, you're okay. Look at this graph. You guys didn't grow up that much. Okay, 1960, you have 1228. Then you went 1960, 1970. Then 1980, a little bit. Then you went down in 1990. Then you went sort of kind of flat. And now 2019, you have 2925.
That's an estimate. We have-
Estimate.
Okay.
And it's better to have estimate, you know why? Because in 2020, that one may shrink.
Oh,
So,
I know it's gonna shrink.
yeah, may shrink. So whatever you have now is good that we are doing on that big number. Everything we are doing on that 2015 to 19 approximation, American Community Survey.
I think most rural towns in western Oklahoma are going down.
Yes. Okay, and this one I did just to show you around, okay, first one is Hennessey. Hennessey, okay, and this is, different. The first in 1910, 1980, 1990, 2000, 2010 and 2019. How you guys, population grew, but in Cashin, not that much. Dover, not that much. You guys did, and Kingfisher did. Of course, Piedmont majority is in not in Kingfisher County. Yeah, but that's what people, you and your surroundings. And I wanted to show you this, that even though you are that little tiny town, but census called Census County, this whole area, like when I go and check all the numbers, sometimes, I get different numbers, and I'm thinking, I both is Hennessey, but I didn't notice that CD on the side. That is the whole area, Census County division. They do it for their calculation. So, looks like one day you can grow that much. I'm just making it up, but one day you can, because this whole thing is Census County Division. Hennessey Census County
Does
Division.
that outline Kingfisher County?
Yes, yes, the square,
And
yeah.
what's in tan represents
Oh,
what would be considered a Hennessey address, correct?
yeah, that one. That's
Well,
your,
that's the city limits.
right.
But I'm saying outside of that encompasses, 'cause that looks, that map looks strikingly like our fire coverage map.
No, because some of that would be down.
And I think you are right, because that's what you guys do when you do fire districts map. Yes, I think that looks like the fire. But they call it Hennessey Census County Division.
Did you say that has a Hennessey address? That which is shown in color?
Hennessey,
Hennessy address or zip code,
No,
or
'cause some
whatever.
of that would be out the
See that little pink area
All the way
right there?
down on the east side.
southeast would be Dover.
All the way to.
Rich, see that little pink area? Right above the end? Right above the end? That's the Hennessy.
Yeah, I'm having trouble comprehending how they came up with that.
That's just the.
that is from census, that is, I'm not,
Census.
census.
Yeah.
Census, for their benefit, they do it, but to calculate, because the Hennessey is so tiny, so they just take the whole area and
Is this
name it.
actual?
Mhm.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess I would like to know how they picked it.
but, and you have to talk to census, because it is from census. This map that I downloaded, that is from census. I just wanted to show you guys that they call it Hennessey CCD. So, looks like one day you can grab the whole area, maybe.
Because we sure give them a different map. Because we draw with a ruler. We give them a different map for the fire.
wow.
Bird, do you know if the addresses served by the Hennessey post office, are they like similar to the Hennessey fire map?
A lot, yeah.
Pretty close.
Well.
So that wouldn't
actually,
include Dover?
I think we
Is that
covered
what-
more
I think,
fire
I
than once.
think the Hennessey post office goes up to the pipes, across what I call the pipes and gravel road.
The official definition, they say that census uses this as a subdivision of a county. Subdivision of a county. Kingfisher County subdivision, for the purpose of presenting statistical data. So, just for presentation, they do that.
That basically looks like the north half of Kingfisher County across north of Seminole River.
And it
It's
blocks
split the
out-
county in half,
And then they block out Dover.
blocked out over.
Yeah.
I know we've got the largest fire protection district in the county, because we cover county line to county line, basically.
So you guys are bigger than Kingfisher?
Pardon? Yes, yes.
Fire department.
Fire
What?
department.
Oh,
Fire coverage.
okay. Yeah.
I think we're around 325 square miles.
So, when, I'm just approximate, when you are going to get an idea about like proposed zoning, what name you guys are going to have, like
Hopefully,
finalize
we're gonna get it done next month.
next month? And what are the chances, like who is going, I mean, the thing that you have, why are you going to change or if not, why not? So, you have a proposed name and then a final name. So are you going to keep it or going to change it? Like 3 pages that you have here, the thing that you have here. So do you have any plan to change this, or that's the way, most likely it's going to be the final?
Well, we're hoping that to be the final. but I'm not sure. I mean, they may have other ideas, so. Depends on if they agree.
Okay.
In other words, good luck.
She makes it sound disagreeable.
No, I mean, I
I
can,
know, I
Yeah.
understand.
you know, yeah.
Until it's approved, yeah, we don't.
Yeah.
It almost seems like there should be a separate meeting on this one issue.
So
That's
hopefully July,
wrong.
Okay.
okay, and then I'll get with you.
But in the meantime, can I meet you one day? In the meantime?
I'll message you tomorrow,
Okay.
okay? I'll put that in
So
my
I have
book.
so many things to ask you.
You think we're going to the next one?
Okay, I got you down, right here, in my book.
Did you?
Yes, I did,
When?
right here, to call you tomorrow.
Okay.
Just reset the
Do you need anything else?
Not now, if you guys don't.
No, we're good.
Okay, thank you very much, we really appreciate it, thank you.
Can we recess out of this and open HUA?
Sure. Let these people go.
Yeah.
You should have stayed on the board.
Are y'all getting overtime for this?
I think I'm a salary, so it doesn't matter.
Just all works itself out.
I'm going to call a temporary recess of the regular Town of Hennessey Board of Trustees meeting at 8:05 and open the Hennessey Utility Authority meeting. Roll call, please.
Keith, Cliff,
Here?
Bert,
Here.
Harold,
Here.
Richard.
Here.
All right, consider approval of consent agenda, minutes of the meeting. Approval of claims as follows: May purchase orders $21,034.99, June purchase orders $54,068.82, June meter deposit refunds $960, transfer 2,070 from pool checking to meter deposit CD, transfer 30,000 from HUA CD to pool checking, and treasurer's report. Are there any additions or corrections?
If not, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Cliff,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Okay, item 3, citizens' comments. Item 4 is other scheduled business. Item A is discussion of possible action to approve contract with Waste Connections of Oklahoma Incorporated for garbage hauling and disposal services. Last month, the board voted to allow Tiffany and myself to meet with staff from Waste Connections, which we did, and I'm looking to see if we've got anything in our packet on that,
There's
Yeah.
a contract on it.
the contract. Okay,
And then it's on the back there.
yeah, okay. Okay, we have come to the conclusion that 2-day-a-week service for residential will no longer be available regardless. It's just not a possibility. The residential rate on a polycart has gone up to 14 as
Now,
what?
this is our cost,
Our cost, correct.
so this would not be what we charge.
No. House side, we are at 11, but that should actually be 14 also.
Yes, that's what we do.
Additional cards are 5. And like Tiffany said, that's at our cost, so that you all know what we're paying. The commercial rates are down here in the box below. All the way from polycart up to an 8-yard dumpster.
Now, I will add that there's only one time a week pickup with the residential, but they are gonna do once a month bulk pickup. So, and that will include Miller Heights and Ike's Acres. So, not just the,
Corporate limits.
yes.
Does it include on the way to Miller Heights?
Yes.
Yes, if you have the city trash, then.
Okay.
But only if you have city water can you get city trash.
Got
Okay.
That was a good question, thank you.
Yes. So if you look at that and the bulky trash, it can't be in a trash can, it has to be set outside, and there are some limitations on that. But that equals like 4 polycarts, we decided, 2 cubic yards. So, and that's once a month. So then when you put all that out there, really you're only missing 3 pickups.
Does that include like appliances or things?
Yes.
Really?
With the
Well,
exception
have
of refrigerators.
Because the refrigerators have to be tagged by a licensed,
If it has Freon.
yes.
Gotcha. But
Anything
things like-
that has
Things like a water
They have to
heater
be
or a
tagged,
dishwasher,
but
that kind of stuff.
they-
we're
You
not-
could set it out.
One at a time.
But no food items, right? Or
I
no.
mean, ideally, you wouldn't want to put food curbside because the
Dogs would all get into the
Really,
garbage bags.
you want to put dry material,
It's more of a, I mean,
your bulky stuff that doesn't
Generally,
fit in a
bulky.
polycart, your
More
stuff that's been
bulky
sitting in the
stuff.
garage for too long,
Yes.
typically.
a mattress.
So this stuff you would not fill your polycart up with, you would stick out on those bulk days, and therefore, I mean, to me, it's just that extra pickup that you would really fill up your polycart with, and now you wouldn't have to worry about that, so,
Serious, you would pick up a mattress?
yes.
Wow.
Once a month.
Tree branches?
As long as they're bundled and the weight limit is to where 2 men can easily pick it up. Tree trunks, we can't do. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
big,
just too
big
heavy.
pieces, I mean, we can't, you get too big, for one, it's weight,
And I didn't
and for
include
two, it
include that.
is, you know, your truck too, you still gotta be able to, we don't wanna tear up our equipment also. If it gets too bulky, you know, as far as tree trunks, like Brett said.
What days of the week would that be?
We don't have those set yet.
Okay.
We don't have the set days of what days would be trash days yet, or what days.
I think your first, it'll be, what is it, Monday, Tuesday? We think, Monday, Tuesday, and then you're looking at probably, and I'm just guessing right now, it's probably on Wednesday would be your bulky.
So we would do like the first Wednesday for part of the town, and then the second Wednesday for
Yes.
the other part of town.
Now, would if say Monday was your normal cart day, would you still pick up on that day and the bulk rate, the bulk thing the next day? Or do we lose our cart day?
No,
Okay.
No, so like if your cart day is on Monday,
Yep.
and say
Yes.
your bulky pickup was supposed to be the first Wednesday, and it's that first week, then you would still get your bulky pickup
Okay.
on that Wednesday.
Mhm.
So,
I think what we need is really a list from you all on bulky as to what all.
we have it, I have
Oh, you
it.
have it? Okay,
Yes,
I'm
and so we'll
sorry.
get that out. I
Get
just
it,
didn't.
Yeah, once
Yes.
we,
Maybe
So that the-
extras.
so that the people know what they can put out.
And we'll get that, and we'll get it, and we'll end up putting it in, we'll get it on All About Hennessey, we'll give it to Barb to put in the paper, we'll enclose it in the bills. We'll put it on the website. We'll get it to where we can get it published out.
And if we approve this, it's gonna be 1st July, is that correct?
Well,
Is that not correct?
That's tricky.
because we gotta get,
For us to go ahead and get the containers, the new containers,
Oh, we're getting new ones? We're not gonna use what we're,
no, there'll be all new poly cards and all new commercial.
oh, I don't like, no, I'm kidding.
Well, on that deal, like on the poly car.
Sorry.
If the trash truck picks them up and knocks the lid off of them, blah, 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 the customer's got to pay to fix them?
No.
Or
no, they'll replace the poly cards if they get broken.
Yeah.
Dumpsters, carts, it's
so
all.
why some of the guys come to me, hey, I watched my trash truck guy come in there and broke the lid. They want me to pay for it
Who wants you to pay for
Who
it?
wants you?
I think it's Tom's over there.
No,
Uh,
never.
That's what he told me just 2 days ago. He said that he watched the lid get ripped off when he dumped it, and you guys added it to his bill or something. I'm just saying.
No, never. We've never done that.
No, we replace them.
Yeah,
We replace them now.
Yeah,
yeah.
mine's been replaced.
I mean, I just,
Yeah, it's
I've
no
never ripped
charge.
one rip off, so.
Yeah. No, they replace the
The little
poly
black
cards if
thing
they
broke
can't
on
fix
mine.
them.
Yeah, the little tabs.
Yeah.
Yeah. If they
And
can't
it kept
fix the lid, then they'll
sliding
replace
out.
the poly card.
Every time, they're put it back in.
Because sometimes the truck even will squish the poly card and break them,
Yeah.
and then they'll just replace the poly cards.
Somebody has blue tape wrapped around theirs, I seen the other day. Camouflage.
Do what?
Somebody has like that blue,
Duct tape?
wrapped around their tool.
Are you gonna do the bulk pickup with a grapple truck, or is it a manual guys?
It'll be manual.
Okay. Strong guys.
That's why there's a 50-pound weight limit. And the commercial rates, there's a little asterisk down below. Currently, you guys mostly have 2 yards. So there's a lot of sizes that will be offered that have never been before. So that'll kind of be a process that will take a few months depending on what certain customers want and need. But what I had talked to Tiffany about after our meeting was the fact that some places may request an 8-yard, but an 8-yard might not fit in there. So we would match that cheaper
2 4s.
price, but put 2.
Okay. Yeah,
Instead of charging them the rate of 2 4-yards, it would be the price of what 1 8-yard would be, which is the cheaper rate.
up to this point, businesses have only had 2 options, a 2 or a 4 yard.
Correct.
And now they'll have an option of getting a 6 yard and an 8 yard. So some businesses may be able to trim back the amount of days per week they're getting picked up with a bigger dumpster and save some money. Anybody got any other questions or comments?
So what's it going to cost us? I mean,
We're gonna
that's-
get to that in the
Oh, sorry.
next agenda item.
Okay.
Yes.
I make a motion to approve the contract with Waste Connection.
Can we have a little bit more discussion?
You gotta make a second,
Second.
and then we can discuss
I'll
it.
second it. Now we can discuss.
Okay. Who has reviewed this contract? Did the town lawyer review it?
Yes.
Paragraph 18, it says it's for 5 years.
But
But, and then it's renewed for another 5 years. And that's an awful long period of time. Especially since this is a new procedure for our citizens. And I'm uncomfortable with that, a contract for 5 years. And I know you've provided good service, but for example, I had a friend, they ran an AMCO service and they sold it to another person and had a very successful business. this other, that next person within a year just drove that business into the ground. I don't know who you are, you know, if there's one owner, if there's many owners. But for example, say there was somebody had a heart attack and the management changed over and that sort of thing. I don't know if service would, looking at a 10-year period, I don't know what's going to happen in a coming period
But
of
if-
time.
After that, after the 5 years, we have the right to suspend the contract. We don't have to renew it.
We can give them
Correct.
60 days notice
The same way
prior
they
to
just
that
did that.
expiration.
Have you all done this?
And if we fail, there's a performance clause.
Before I got.
So
here, I
even
got here
within
in
inside the
2012.
5 years, if we fail,
No,
I mean,
no,
we have
excuse
certain
me, I got here in
requirements we have to
2008.
meet. We have to pick up the trash, we have to pick up the trash within a timely manner. It's a public health hazard if we don't. So if we fail to perform our duties, that gives you guys a right to get out of the contract. We are
More or less.
obligated.
Just more or less what they just did to us, they wanted to renew their contract. 5 years at diesel's $10 a gallon. They're definitely gonna be sitting back in here going, hey.
Yeah.
And you can do it as
You're
early as
right.
100, yeah.
I think it's to our advantage, Richard, to do a 5-year contract because, well, for one, we've always had a contract, and that, not saying that that's a reason to do a 5-year, but from the standpoint of the town, I can only see things going up over the next 5 years. So if we can lock in this rate, and I really feel like that we've negotiated a good rate for our people. I know there's going to be a little grumbling about going from 2-day-a-week to 1-day-a-week service.
I've
but
talked to a
that's
few
just the-
people and they're comfortable with it. You know, I myself, once a week is enough. But too many people started talking and I had trouble
I'm sorry.
taking it in. So I just want, here's my question. Are you saying in that first 5-year period, we can give 60-day notice and void the contract?
No,
After that 5 years.
when the 5-year term comes up, so that'll be in 2026, 60 days prior to July 1st, the town could give them written notice that we don't intend to renew. They could also give us written notice that they don't intend to renew.
Sure, that's fair.
And I just feel like it's, we've got good history with this company. And to answer your question earlier about management and who owns it, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's a corporation.
Correct.
And they are picking up trash, how many towns across Oklahoma?
About 82,
About 82.
just
What
in
are
Oklahoma.
some of the surrounding towns that you pick up on?
Okeen,
Dover,
he's got like 35 himself.
Dover, Canton,
Sealing,
Sealing, Ringwood,
Reno.
Lahoma, Mino, North Enid.
Bedford, maybe?
Who?
Medford.
Did you?
No,
No.
Medford's a little further north than us. We do Burlington, we do Cherokee,
They do
we
Crescent.
do
Crescent,
Crescent,
Ashen, Guthrie,
Crescent, Cashin, Guthrie.
Village.
uh,
Keep on
I
going.
just,
Do you have 5-year contracts with these other
With the
communities?
village, we have a 10.
Pardon?
The village, we have a 10-year, but the rest of them, they're 5. Yeah, the 5, that's, for us, a 5-year contract's easier to spread out the cost of the capital and the trucks, but it also gives us a chance to really, you know, get into town and partner with the community, which, I mean, we've been here a lot longer than 5 years, but a year
I mean,
just isn't enough time, honestly.
Where's your company located? Mino?
20
Yes.
years, yeah.
Is that where you live?
I live in Oklahoma City.
I live in Mino.
I see.
I think we've been under the current contract for,
Since, I think 99.
yeah, for like
I believe.
22 years.
20
I
years.
think so, it's right in
Yeah.
99, 90, I think it's the latter part of 98 or 99, the way.
So I would assume
That's-
this contract is probably the same contract in all these towns that you just enumerated.
This one is. The original one is not.
It's like a one-pager.
And you're very right.
Literally.
It's
have a couple handshake hands.
Yep. We did,
Loyal.
yep.
Well, I know it's a large company, but I know it probably comes down to you that's provided the good service.
Well, it's not me, it's my guys that work, that are working here and everywhere else. It's definitely not just me, by no means. I mean, it's our people. They're the one that does the work and provides the service.
Okay, I'm comfortable with it.
Okay. Any other questions or comments?
Oh, that's the wrong color.
Got the wrong color.
Yes, I did the wrong color.
You doing it?
Yes.
She already did
I
it.
already did it, and you seconded it.
Yeah.
All we have to do is have a roll call.
Oh. Roll call.
I just used the wrong color.
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
And thank you for your patience, we really appreciate that, thank you.
Yeah. And your good service. You all have provided a good service to our community.
I'll tell her guys.
You guys are very enjoyable. Way we come up with the reason to bring you back next month.
Anytime. Next time bring some pizza or something.
Yeah.
I was supposed to get some dinner and I didn't do it.
The only time is I wish the driver would get steady. If he's there if he's at the house at 5:15, he needs to be here at the house at 5:15. You know, that way you don't have to set alarm. You just, when you're in the tractor. Time to go.
They try,
I got one.
sometimes if we have a breakdown or a blowout, but
I
the
guess
majority of the time, they actually, the guys do want to be on the schedule. They want to be leaving their house then, the shop then, and here then.
he was at my house Monday morning, whatever, at 5:15.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm running out my underwear to put the truck.
Well, I don't
He's been telling us about that guy.
The cameras on those trucks are.
Yeah.
Okay, item B is discussion with possible action to approve resolution 2021-03 to set water, sewer, and garbage rates effective July 1st, 2021. Tiffany has provided that for us.
Of course, it's the last page we got there.
There it is.
Do you need that signed?
We could come back and get it.
Whatever you guys want to do. I mean, we can do it now, or we can
Is
do
this a good copy? I mean,
No, she's got a,
an original? I'll sign it real quick.
Okay.
If you talk to town clerk and just sign on it.
No.
Now,
I see that, do I have
now,
to look?
now.
I want some letters first.
I'll do your signature.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Give you that back.
I think somebody in here.
So is this the information on the back that we're gonna be talking about on the,
on the front and the back.
okay. So this has got the rates that you're gonna talk about?
This is the water and the sewer,
Yeah,
and then this is the garbage and stuff right there.
Yeah,
Thank you.
not that one.
this is the same, okay.
Yeah.
The same one I got, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. These are proposed rates that for water and
Okay.
sewer and garbage. You can see that we've got current in-town first 1,000 gallons, 1654. That would go up to 1703. All the way across here, we're not looking at huge increases.
I think it was 3%, right?
It's a average 5%.
Okay.
But the base, the first 1,000 gallons, which is most of your like your fixed income elderly, they usually use around just 1,000 gallons, and that's only at 3%. But you get up into your higher gallons, and that goes up to like a 7%. Which that's, like Water Resources Board and stuff to try to get people to conserve water. They encourage you to do a step like that to try to get people to conserve water.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, appreciate it.
See you in 5 years.
Well, I won't see you in 5 years. Some of these guys.
Keep my chair warm.
There you go.
Thank you, guys.
Also, in here, we have never differentiated between residential and business or commercial. And we're one of the very few towns that don't. I mean, that have never charged the difference between residential and commercial. And so I kind of did difference between residential and commercial. I mean, we can keep it all just the same, or we can kind of start, differentiating them. It's totally up to you guys.
Tiffany, I got two questions. We haven't raised the water rates very often. I know that.
We did it in 2010, and then we did it in 2018.
So we've gone quite a long time without
Yes.
raising it. On the commercial rates, did you talk to other towns on that?
I can tell you, I haven't talked to other towns, but I have the utility rate survey that
So-
other towns did.
Yeah.
And our rates are very, with the people who are on the low end. Our rates are still on the low end.
We're still not matching what other towns are.
I mean, you take like Cashin, their minimum for water, just water alone is $25. The minimum for Perry is $24.90. The minimum for ceiling is $23.35. That's just their minimum, which is 1,000 gallons.
And we're proposing to go up to 1703.
Yes. So,
Did you say 75? Was that Cashin?
Cashin is 25.
Oh, okay. Who was the 75? I'm sorry.
There
Nobody
wasn't.
was.
Oh, okay, I thought you said 75, okay. Okay.
Enid is a little different. I mean, theirs is right around ours.
Okay.
By the time, they have theirs all broken up into like water, sewer improvement, stormwater, and then garbage. They have many different rates.
So in other words, you'd have the 1703 for your water bill and the 3245.
3245, where did you get 3245?
That'd be your sewer.
No, your sewer is over here, the 1622.
Okay, 1622.
Yeah.
So 1703, 1622,
And then your,
and 15, or
the
the
1680.
1680.
Yeah. What, boy. And then on the polycart, what I did is I took the, and this is totally up to you guys, I took the contract that we just approved with Waste Connections, and I did a 20% admin charge to it. You guys can do any type of admin charge, but I would suggest we at least do anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20%.
I'm very comfortable with where we're at with your proposal, because residential is going to go up $1.05 a month. And granted, I know that it's going to be 1 day a week instead of 2, but I really think that's a bargain considering the bulk you pick at. I just feel like that service alone is worth way more than $1.05 a month.
Especially if you could put a mattress out there. I mean,
Yeah.
that's huge.
Yeah.
I will tell you that Cashin's at $20.20 for 1 day.
On
And,
garbage?
yes, and ceilings at $19.35.
Okay.
So,
But you also said you could get a second polycart for part of the year.
$6.
And then, if you didn't need it during the winter time, you could give it back.
yes.
Oh,
All we have to do is contact you and then they'll deliver another one and
Yes.
down here.
Mhm.
Is it, they're giving out all new polycarts?
Yes, all new polycarts
And dumpsters.
and dumpsters.
So if you
So
see
what's gonna
raggedy,
happen is, when we get ready to do this, they're gonna come around with big trucks and everything, and they're gonna pick up everybody's polycart, and they're gonna drop them off. Everybody's just gonna get one polycart. So we're gonna change everybody just to one. So like right now, I have 2 polycarts. I'm just gonna get one. So everybody's gonna start off with one. If I want another one, I'm gonna have to call up to town hall. If I didn't work here, I'd have to call to town hall and request that second polycart, so that we have record, and then we have to put in dispatch a work order that Tiffany Tillman at 518 North Oak would like a second polycart. And then it goes, then we would be able to adjust the rates, and Waste Connections would be able to adjust their rate, that 518 North Oak now has 2 polycarts.
We have to do the work order, I assume, because of some Oklahoma state law.
No, that way we have a paper trail.
Okay, now,
And-
why are
and
they
then-
changing polycarts? Is they changing trucks?
That is part of the contract. So we will have nice polycarts and nice dumpsters.
which you know,
The
most of the
polycart,
polycarts I see don't look bad, but there's some raggedy dumpsters up and down these alleys.
Yeah.
That
dumpsters
it
are-
will be nice to have all new dumpsters in town. And they are going to a truck with the front forks that lifted over the cab instead of the rear load. And part of that's for personnel safety, because it's very dangerous to dump those at the back of those trucks.
now, so this company does commercial, will they be picking up at like the gas stations and?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that's good, because some of these things don't have, the lid is gone.
Mhm.
Yes.
The wind blows, and I know I've had to pick up trash. I've got trash in my trees.
Mhm.
Comes out of those dumpsters and whirls, and I've got plastic bags and,
All of this should help that immensely.
Yes.
I make a motion to approve the resolution of -2021-03 for the new water sewer garbage rate effective the July 1, 2021.
Second.
Roll call?
Cliff,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Richard.
yes,
okay, question, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so I just added up what all the new things would be just for the minimum. And that's 5005, right?
Mhm.
And what had I been paying for the minimum?
4712.
Oh, okay.
4712.
Okay, I was thinking mine's 49 or something, so this, okay,
You're going up about $3 a month.
okay. And that includes the 30, what'd you say, 15%?
Mhm.
Okay. All right, gotcha then, thank you.
Okay, discussion with possible action to approve rates for Citizen Transfer Station, also known as the dump. Tiffany, did you give us something on that?
No, I haven't, because I'm still torn.
Okay.
What's the deal in the email where the three, we collected $262 and then?
Went through 5 dumpsters.
Yeah.
So
That's a big issue.
we collected last weekend, we collected $290. And we had to call in Monday morning to get 5 dumpsters picked up. 5 dumpsters times $286 is $1,200.
$150.
$1,200,
Yeah.
something like that?
We lost $1,000 last weekend.
Yes,
Are we consistently doing that about every weekend?
yes.
And so we turn in anywhere between 2 to 3 a week to be switched out.
I think four dumpsters the weekend before and brought in about the same. So, we are only collecting anywhere from $6 to $10, because it's $6 for a pickup load, $12 for a trailer. The landfill, when people take trash to the landfill, you take ENage rates, their minimum rate is $38, because it's $38 a ton. And no matter if you have a half a ton, quarter ton, whatever,
You've got
it's
a
a
pickup
minimum
load
of
up to
$38. So I think we're really, that's if you live in the city. Now, you do get so many free dumps if you live in the city, but outside the city, you pay $45. So I don't know where, I know the county helps us out and pays half of the dumpsters, half of the roll-offs. So I don't know where to go with this, because I don't want to say, oh, well, you guys are raising the prices and here we're paying half of the dumpsters. But,
Well, exactly. It's very obvious, though, there's not a business in this world that can operate in the red the way we're doing down there. The next closest landfill from Enid is Mino, and theirs is $60
yes,
per ton with a 1 ton minimum.
yes.
So if you take a pickup load of trash up there, it's gonna be $60. And I don't know if the other board members are aware, but Tiffany and staff have told me that we are getting trash brought down from Enid, from south of Kingfisher, from everywhere, because we are so low in price. And I think I see no choice than to go up substantially. The people are gonna get free bulky pickup, or it's not free, but it's included in their monthly garbage here in town. And I think a lot of what we're getting out there is out of our area, out of our county even.
Well, some of it's even business trash.
Yes.
Because I will tell you that I had a gentleman hit me up at the grocery store, why can't he go through the back way and dump? Because he goes around and picks up trash from oil sites.
All field trash.
So, and I said, no, we're only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're there for personal use, not for business use. So.
And he's picking up commercially.
He's paying, I mean, and them guys are making big time money.
Yeah. So.
And dumping it for $12 or $6, depending on.
Yeah.
Who's
So.
working the gate?
Well,
no, depending on the size of that. That pickup's $6 on trailers, $12.
Yeah.
So, I don't want to overdo it, and I don't want to underdo it. So I need you guys'
One deal, I think they ought to have a water bill with their driver's license matching their water bill. You know, that keeps your out-of-towners or whatever you want to call them coming in and using their brother's water bill, you know?
the county's paying for
County's
half
paying for half
the
of it,
rollouts.
Tell them they pay 3/4 of it.
But I really think that the people who are, the people in Hennessey are, their bulky trash pickup, that's really gonna eliminate them. So I don't know what to do.
Well, I feel like it's such a huge loss because we're only talking the loss of the cost of the dumpsters. We're also paying labor down there. And we're paying workers' comp insurance on them and
So how much are we actually losing the time the county pays their ad?
Well, just this last month, we probably brought in about $1,200 and we paid out, just in the dumpsters alone, we paid out $3,200 for the dumpster.
The county reimburses for some of it?
No, they paid that much too. And
they
then we
get
had
billed for
labor.
what we get billed.
Okay.
And
Plus
then-
we had labor.
And then we had labor.
So I'm venturing to say we're at a loss of $30,000 to $40,000 a year. Is that stretching it?
Do we have any idea what we average a day per customer? I mean, how many people show up? I mean, I know it varies, weather, blah, blah, blah. I mean, we should have
How
some
many
type of number.
tickets do you guys?
It depends,
I
but I
think
would say maybe close to like 15 to 20 on a good day.
anywhere from 10 to 20. And then there's some days you might only have 3 or 4 show up. But I want to say, like, where she's talking about people coming from out of town. Okay, you know, I have my adventures when I work at the dump. I had a gentleman come from the other side of Okarchi. He's tearing out cabinets. He is in construction. He brought a trailer load down to Hennessey because it cost him $12 to get rid of it. If he would have went to Enid, it would have cost him, he told me, over $200.
But why, I mean, like, why couldn't we not,
And that filled up
say no commercial?
good half of the roll-off.
Well, I tell you what we're doing, we're penalizing our own citizens. Is exactly because our citizens are subsidizing other people's trash dumps, and we've got to stop that. This has always been an issue every time I've known it to come up, because people say, well, we're going to get trash dumped on the county roads. We're going to get trash dumped in our in-town dumpsters, which is already an issue. We can't operate at a loss, and we can't expect our citizens within the community of Hennessey to subsidize with their water, sewage, and garbage rates and sales tax for these out-of-town people to dump. There's other places that they can go. They're coming here because we're so cheap.
I don't know if Tiffany brought this up, but somebody brought this up, just, they gotta show a water bill in the county. So you prevent just somebody coming up from Okarchi to dump.
Yes, he was from the, on the other side of Okarchi.
So I think what you said, Bert, I think we jacked it up. And they gotta prove they're Hennessey citizens too.
Well, with the county paying part of it, they need to prove that they're residents of Kingfisher County, but
I
It's just-
think that our District 2 Commissioner, I think it comes out of his
it
budget.
does.
So,
It needs to be people in his district.
in this district, yeah.
So
And
would that
how-
be Hennessey?
Or can you,
Pardon?
Would that just be Hennessey?
No, his district,
he's got all the way up,
Or is
Yeah.
it Dover?
he got all the way like to Dover, or
yeah,
to,
Hennessey and Dover?
yeah. So I don't know if it's
132.
one of those where you could do a driver's license and if it showed your zip code,
he's probably got about the same thing
You know
like
what I
that
mean?
fire area.
Yes.
that
Probably
Anyhow.
his district probably splits a zip code somewhere.
and he does have more, I think,
Mhm.
miles
But-
than any
but
other
can you do-
district does.
But couldn't you do it commercially? I mean, like if you know they're bringing a big trailer that's all fenced in that they pulled off Alicia Road, you know, that's been sitting out there collecting trash, you know, and some of them guys do it, they live out of town, so that's how they throw their trash in there, and they just pack it in there, and they come one time a month or, you know, whenever it's full and drop it off. And for $6 when it would cost them $50 probably the time they had a trash truck drove by there and dumped it every week.
So commercial,
How are we gonna know is my question, because
I mean, that's gonna be the hard part, because I know the trailer you're talking about, one of the trailers you're talking about, and ain't pulled by a commercial vehicle. It's, pulled by a farm use truck, you know?
well, I don't know who we're talking about, so I didn't know that,
It's
but,
a But, I mean, same way you had.
because
with-
like, for instance, Cliff had the Sonic, and if they had replaced equipment and things, that would be considered commercial by looking at it, but I feel like a Hennessey business that's You know, I don't know where we draw that line
Right.
and what's commercial. I mean,
How'd you do it on the sewer?
well, we know by address who's commercial and who's
Like,
not on that.
like if you don't allow commercial dumping no more on sewer, do you?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah, we do.
Well-
We do it by the gallon.
This is difficult. I see why you don't have a proposal for it.
You might check with Ray Allen and see what he had in mind too. I mean, this is,
Well, I would like to have, I don't want them to, when I say them, the county commissioners or Ray in particular, feeling like, you know, the town is trying to do something.
We've done it
that-
for this long the way we're doing it, so maybe if we keep it the same, let me talk with Ray. And then also get the bulky started. And also let me have them start keeping track of zip codes coming in.
Okay,
Have them start,
I think the bulky's gonna help us, you know.
I think so too.
well,
You know,
But have them start writing zip codes down on the tickets, like CIDs, and write zip codes down on the tickets. And then,
I think that's a great idea. Track that for a month and see where we're at.
yeah,
But regardless, we can't afford to lose
we've gotta do something.
$1,000 a week down there, $500 a week.
Yeah.
And it'd be easier if it was $10, that way you wouldn't have $4 a change or whatever, I mean,
Right.
you know.
Oh, I was thinking more like 25, 30.
Well, I was thinking maybe having two
Yeah, I am
different
too.
rates. You know,
And
I
like
just,
50 for commercial.
yeah. Like if you see something that's really, they got that 10 by 10 cage and
Yeah.
you can't just charge $12 for a 10 by 10 cage.
No.
But also, a person only has like a tree limb.
Yeah.
You don't want to charge them $25. But I will tell you, my daughter was trying to get rid of a chair, and she took it to the dump, and it's going to cost her $65 for the chair.
Yeah.
I cut it up and put it in my poly car.
That's what she did.
That's been done.
It took her 3 weeks, but she saved $65. I mean,
Yeah, I think that's what people do, and
of course, they, like you said, they drive down alleys and they throw it in those dumpsters.
And that is a big issue.
It's a $250 fine, so we'll have it.
500.
500? So we'll just have to have our police department start writing tickets for that.
I agree. I would like to see,
No, I'm
Do you
serious.
like hide in the
because
dumpster and wait for them to come? Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, I wanna do that.
you wouldn't believe how many times you see them stop there at Sonic and throw trash in there.
oh yeah.
I
Bag-
caught a guy
bag
illegal
after
dumping,
bag.
and I followed him all the way to Main Street Truck Stop, and I said, "Do you know you're not supposed to be dumping in that dumpster?" Oh, I am so sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, I told people, I said, you need to take that trash back out of there because it's not, you know. I just mowed the yard at the church. There was somebody else's trash in there. But it's very convenient
Bullfoot Park is bad. Somebody dumped their chairs in there the other day.
because it
We need to
costs.
switch the cameras around. There's cameras down there. We need to turn the camera around.
So are we gonna table this for now or do we wanna go ahead and make
I think we table it with Tiffany's suggestions.
and then bring it to us next meeting?
Yeah, I will.
And I would like to see I think a lot of this dumping is in dumpsters that businesses are paying for is happening of course at night and weekends. I would like to see some more patrol through there, and if we catch a few of them and they get a $500 ticket, it may deter some of it. I know one time, not here in Hennessey, but I had a business with a dumpster and somebody come along and filled it with tires. And of course the truck wouldn't take tires, so they just set them off in my yard. And then I had to go find somewhere to dispose of tires, so.
And it cost you $2 a piece.
Yeah, well, it was actually more than that, but the point is, we've got to make some changes. All right, item D is discussion with possible action to approve the 21-2022 Hennessey Utilities Authority budget. I think Tiffany's done a good job preparing the new numbers.
The only note that I want to do on the Hennessey Utilities Authority budget is that it does include a $50,000 transfer to the general fund. Hopefully we won't have to use it, but that's just to help make the general fund without using the beginning fund balance.
So where was that, like we was talking about earlier about the money that we're gonna need to fix our water plant? Where would it come in on this budget?
That would be the water plant. I'm talking to a financial guy right now, talking about a possible loan. And so if that's the case, then we will have to pull it out of the water department. It would come out of, we would have to move money, out of there to debt service. So. This is just an interfund transfer. We'll be talking about probably $40,000 a year for debt service payments.
It's in your note. How long does one deal last?
The what?
Membranes, how long they last?
The membranes last about, the last ones have lasted about 12 years.
So basically just get it paid off and we have to start over?
Well, the membranes, not the whole RO, but the membranes. But the membranes, a lot of, like the last membranes that we got, we were able to go through Oklahoma Water Resources Board and get an emergency grant. And so we got them paid for through the grant. There's just no grant enough to pay for that.
Any other discussion
How much
on
was
the
grant cover?
utilities budget? Utility authority budget?
No, not even a quarter. Plus, we would spend as much as the grant to do like writing it and doing all of the engineering and environmental and all the stuff to get it.
All right, motion to approve the 2022 Hennessey Utilities Authority budget.
I'll second that.
Roll call.
Harold,
Here, or yes?
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
He's just so excited, he wrote his first motion.
I know.
You did a lot quicker than me.
All right. Item E is discussion with possible action to extend the sewer line for a new business. This would be up on Highway 51. Tiffany, would you like to expand on that a little bit?
So, you guys have a drawing from DCG Engineering of a site plan. This is, that future road is going to be where Cheyenne will go across from Pizza Hut, Cheyenne, it'll go across north. So this, the gas station that is on west of Pizza Hut, this will go directly north of that gas station. This little Family Dollar, something like that. I don't know exactly what it is. Some type of dollar store. They have asked us if we would supply them the sewer line from our new sewer line that goes on east and west up there on the north side of Highway 51. They would ask us if we would bring sewer south to their property line, which I think Bonnie and I looked and it would be about 400 feet. And we would have to have a manhole.
Do you know what the cost would be?
No, because I didn't know if I was gonna be able to bring this to you guys yet, because I was waiting to see if they'd let me. I had to wait until they told me, okay, yes, go to council. And we tried to get a hold of Steve Orr to get a quote from him, but he hasn't returned our call yet.
Okay.
Really, before we can even do anything, we need to know a cost, probably.
Probably, yes.
I'm in favor, if it's something that is not cost prohibitive, of doing this, because this is economic development. I mean, this is what we need to be, in my opinion, what we need to be doing is attracting new businesses and new families into Hennessey. So unless it's something that is just totally out of the ballpark, Tiffany, how quick do they need to know?
Pretty quick, because they're trying to close a deal.
Okay. Could we, excuse me, could we get a cost estimate and call a special meeting?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hold them up another month,
Mm-hmm.
but I do feel like we need to have a number. And maybe a not to exceed number, like we will pay up to X amount for this line. If it goes over that, it would
Can I give you, like, we have sewer money still in one of our loans from when we did that sewer line up there. So if I give you that amount and you give me not to exceed that amount, could I?
I would be okay with that.
I would be okay with that. Because that's not gonna cost us
Do you know
any
what that
money.
number is?
I can give it to you.
Okay.
Oh, it's in my book.
That'd be good. I would like to have another business.
It's good for our community.
It is. And we will recoup our money back and our sales tax. And that's a lot of concrete too.
The Dollar Tree,
A
like
lot of
Denver Dollar.
concrete.
Oh, Dollar Tree?
Yeah, I think that's
Oh,
what it is.
that's pretty good.
I mean, I don't know exactly what it is, so, I mean, but the way the picture is, it's like Family Dollar or something. So,
I thought it said something over here.
Let me go verify this, because this says 224,000.
Listen, that's a lot.
That loan's gone a long way.
Yeah.
It has.
Bert, I must have dozed off. Say again exactly where this is located. Will be located.
On 51 Highway, directly across from the old Texaco station. That's
Old
vacant.
Texaco, okay, when you
Mhm.
said station, I was like,
Pizza Hut is east, and this will be just a little bit west and directly north.
If you're on Cherokee, he's
Same.
already Cheyenne?
Cheyenne.
I'm sorry, if you're on Cheyenne, he's already dozed or
Oh,
dug
okay.
down already for a road.
It would be.
It would be to the
Okay.
west of that, what he's already dozed as a road.
So it will be on the corner of the continuation of Cheyenne Street North and
Okay.
Highway 51,
Correct.
right?
Okay.
Getting
Okay, I was getting confused because I thought it was gonna be on the,
You see on this map,
North
do you
side.
have this?
yeah, I do, but
Okay,
I
you
don't
see
know.
where it says
You don't read
future
maps.
road?
Where it says
See where it
future
says
road?
Future road?
yeah,
That would be Cheyenne Street.
oh, okay.
Barbara Buchanan.
And so it is where the old Texaco was?
No, it's gonna be across the
Cross
street,
51.
Oh, that's what I was, okay.
It's gonna be on the-
Across the street.
on the north
Okay, that,
side.
well,
So it's
that's
gonna
what
be
I thought
catty
to
corner
begin
from the
with,
Pizza
but
Hut.
then when you
It's where the
said-
house
okay.
used to be,
Yeah. the
Oh,
old house.
okay,
the
okay.
old house.
The George
I don't know who.
Hawk.
Hawks.
George
Yeah.
Hawk's house, okay, all right, gotcha now, there.
That's
Thank
what it's
you.
gonna be.
So where would the sewer line have to come from?
We've got sewer up there, Harold.
It's on the north side of,
I think it would be
Dollar
up
store.
in here. Dollar General would sit over here, and we've got sewer back here, so it would be running a line.
So we would have about 70,000. We have 224, but we want to use part of that for that discharge. So it'd be
Okay.
70,000.
Okay.
But we would have to go out for bid anything over 50,000, so.
Right. Go ahead.
I'll write everything down.
No, go ahead, you're good. I'm a bit confused. So anything over 50, we've got to go to bid, but we could,
allow her to spend the 70.
no, we could allow you to spend up to $50,000. Okay.
It would be like, say,
Otherwise, we're looking at a month out, but to do something quick. Okay.
a motion to take action for Tiffany to spend up to $50,000 on the sewer line for the new business. Is that how I would word it?
Yeah. We would pay up to $50,000.
A motion to pay up to $50,000 for the new sewer line, and
From our existing line to a new retail business.
Just a question, is there already water over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. There's water on 51. We have a main water line.
seconds.
Second. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Roll call?
Harold,
Yes.
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Okay, item S, discussion with possible action to approve the contract with Crawford and Associates for financial services. These are our CPAs that oversee our accounting on a quarterly basis.
I make a motion to approve the contract with Crawford and Associates for financial services for 2021, 2022.
I second.
Roll call?
Cliff,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Item G is discussion with possible action to approve contract with Harlech and Associates to conduct an audit for 2020-2021. This is different than our accounting services. This is the actual audit.
Motion to approve the contract with Crawford Associates,
No, with Harlech.
or Harlech. Second.
Second. Roll call?
Harold,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Cliff,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Item H is accept or reject any resignations not received prior to the posting of the agenda. New business, citizens' comments, councilperson's reports. I will move that we adjourn. Oh, you got that?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second, roll call.
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Okay, we will reconvene into the regular Board of Trustees meeting. This should go fairly quickly now. Item D is discussion with possible, item C is the 2021-2022 budget hearing. Do we need a motion on that? Okay. Item D is discussion with possible action to approve town of Hennessey budget for 21-22. You right, Matt?
Yes.
You have any comments?
I think you did some more cutting from the previous year.
I did.
Did quite a bit. Good.
I was thinking of you.
You make me feel bad.
That's supposed to make you feel good, Rich.
Actually, I did have to do a lot of cutting. My employees did a lot of cutting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I know.
I looked at the budget and I knew you did some more cutting because we cut a lot last year when we replaced.
So there's no more candy at Calvin anymore?
It's sugar-free.
Oh.
We can't afford the sugar.
Might as well not be there.
Yes. I had some,
Got
the
it.
managers, they did a really good
Yeah,
job.
that's what we stop talking.
They did a really good job.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the town of Hennessey budget for 2021 to 2022.
One second.
Roll call?
Cliff,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes. Tiffany, I looked at the revenue figures and you even got the budget underneath the revenue. So
I know, I thought about you.
Item E is discussion with possible action to approve resolution 2021
we all have our cost
to
of bear.
approving budget.
Thought we just did that.
We approved the, well, this is the resolution. We approved the budget, this is approving the resolution.
Okay, I make a motion to approve the resolution 2021-2022 approval budget.
I second that. Roll call?
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
All right, item F, discussion with possible action to place stop signs at the corner of Cherokee and Second.
The reason why I asked this to be put on there is that the United Methodist Church is going to make a playground on the north side of, in fact, it's on the west side of the street, and then also on the,
Volleyball.
yeah, and it's going to be on the west side of the volleyball. There's going to be a big kid place and a little kid place, and they're going to make a basketball court area. And so we want the traffic to slow down at that corner because one of the busiest alleys that we have is behind the post office. And
I was going to say, at just the post office there's a lot of traffic.
There's a lot of traffic.
Going through that intersection to
And
get to the post office. They're going parking south of the post office and they take that route.
yes,
Let's see, we've got stop signs now on Cherokee. So this would add them to Second Street, correct?
correct. And there's not one from 2nd Street all the way to Cimarron, I believe at this time. Is that right, Katie?
Yes. Yeah, once you turn off Main Street, you don't stop again until Cimarron.
And that's 4 blocks, I
Three.
believe. 3.
Back in the day, we had a traffic light at Second and Main.
I heard rumors.
Wow.
Richard remembers it.
It's on it, I got a picture of it on the gas station.
Well, yeah.
I think at some point we need to look at our streets and we shouldn't go more than 2 blocks without a stop sign.
I think we need to look at stops. We've got stop signs at places that I really don't think they're necessary, like where it's a T, you know, and you've got a 3-way stop. And so I agree with you. I think we need to look at them, but
But then there's
I'm-
cases like
I'm
this
all
where you
for
go
that.
3 blocks
You
without a
gotta
stop
run that.
sign. And some people start booking
I'm
it.
still on the road.
oh,
But,
I can do it.
Why
okay.
did you look at me?
You did it? That's good.
I motion to put a stop sign there at the corner of Cherokee and Second Street.
I second that.
Roll call?
Harold,
Yes.
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Item G is discussion with possible action to approve contract with Crawford and Associates for financial services for 2022. That's hard to say.
I make a motion to approve the contract with Crawford and Son Associates for financial services for 2021 and 2022. I did the same thing.
Second, roll call?
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
It's late.
I wasn't making
Yes.
fun either.
Richard,
Yes.
Item H, discussion with possible action to approve the contract with Arledge and Associates to conduct the audit for 2020 and 2021. That's not on there right. Should be 2021 and 2022.
Mm-mm.
No?
No,
No, you're doing the audit for 2020,
Right.
2021.
Okay, well,
No,
that's
the
what
One we're just
that's what I said
finishing.
the first time. And you shook your head no.
You said it's not on there right.
2021. That's because you shook your head no, I thought about it.
A motion to approve the contract with Arledge and Associates to conduct the audit for 2020, 21.
No, oh yeah. Okay.
I second that.
It's got me all confused.
I just
got everybody confused.
Harold,
Yes.
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes,
Richard.
Yes.
It's too late.
sorry.
We're moving on.
My tongue tied in this a while ago, I think. But
This meeting is deteriorating badly.
Yes, it is. Item I is accept any resignations not received prior to the posting of the agenda.
Tiffany, on that budget, there's the grant we got to do the flooding,
Oh, yes.
it's about over, isn't it?
Yes. They're doing the final inspection tomorrow.
So can we go ahead, will we be able to apply for another one?
Yes.
Now, that project was what, in about 3 or 4 phases, or,
Yes.
so we can go ahead and
Keep going?
keep
Yes.
going? Well, I assume this long-term planning, that would, is that when you plan to discuss that?
Yes.
Do you know when we can do that now, since the budgets are approved?
We'll probably be looking towards the end of August versus September.
Okay. Watch the football schedules. Don't put us on a good football game.
Okay,
I'll put us on Bedlam.
Oh, yeah.
new business, citizens' comments, councilperson reports. I don't think I have anything.
I don't have anything.
Anything?
No.
Okay, anything, Richard?
I make a motion to adjourn.
A second. Roll call?
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.